guys, it's Tanya D, and I'm going to do another story time. Last story time was a real big hit, really encouraging words, so I thank those who gave me those encouraging words so much. Now I'm going to tell you about the two accidents that this happened with my teeth. Growing up, I used to always smile, laugh like this, and I wanted to get braces, but we couldn't afford it back then, and it was just I had a really tough childhood. So anyway, excuse my nails. I have a little bit of mess here. I was trying another review on some lip peel stuff, and so I don't know what video is going to come first. I'm going to the hospital for another injection surgery, and I'll be there for a little while, so I don't know when these will be posted up in what order. Okay, so I'm going to tell the story about, because it happened in two ways. I'm going to be more the serious first, even though both of them are serious, but I'm going to tell the serious and the crazy. I want to end on crazy, not serious. So, my teeth, they're lifted, they're crooked, and it's hard to brush them and get those areas because they're so packed in there, and the top jaw is not lined up where it's supposed to be. It's like shifted. And every time I do have money to get my teeth fixed, I'd rather put it in the house, put it in the kids. I just don't fix myself, and I should, but I'd rather fix other things. But one day I will, because that is a real dream for me. That is something I want to be done that is something I've wanted to get done since I've been a little girl, and this has happened. So, but if it doesn't, oh well. You don't like watching it because of this, then don't watch me because of this. But anyway, growing up, now the family member that did this, they were very violent, and I don't want to say they had mental problems, but they were locked up in a mental facility. But I just think it was a combination of growing up the way we did, what he's seen. It was a lot. So our family always got together and had barbecues, and we played hide and seek in the dark all the time. That was like the best thing to do. All the parents would be inside, drinking, talking, just socializing, and the kids, all of us, would be outside playing hide and seek in the dark, and it was such a good time. Well, a lot of us got tired, and I got bored of the game, so I said I didn't want to play anymore. And I had laid down on a bench, and I was laying like this because I was watching some bugs crawl. It was pretty dark, but it was a full moon. I remember the moon reflection off the bugs looked really neat. So I was just watching, like in trance. And then I felt somebody bump the bench, because with cousins and family, it's just gonna turn to a wild, crazy time. I looked up and I said, "Oh, just stop. You could sit down, just leave me alone." And I was about 10. I looked back down, and then I felt like a brick getting thrown at me. And I knew this family member. I knew if I were to give them the attention and fight back, it would be 10 times worse. I already knew it. But the brick kind of shattered. It was old, and it landed kind of like by me, but it didn't hit me because the bench and the wall was kind of like this far apart, so it hit the wall and kind of broke in pieces. And I was like, okay, just don't say anything, just keep doing what you're doing. And then I felt another one, but this time it hit my thigh, and I was like, okay, one more time, I'm gonna have to run inside. And it didn't happen. So I was like, okay. So then the person was running back and forth, and then I heard, guess what? And I just ignored it, didn't say anything. And then they got my head with their hands, and they slammed my head down. And so my head hit the bench like that, really hard. And I felt a pressure and a crack, and it was so bad. And I already had these teeth come in, so I was probably 10 or 11. And I jumped up, and they took off. and I just saw blood everywhere, and I was screaming. I had my hands like this. Two of my teeth were in my hand, and yeah, so I ran inside. My mom ripped my mouth out. A friend of my mom's grabbed my teeth and put them back in, and they said, these are permanent teeth, they can't come out. So we held them. So my mom kind of held them with the paper towel, but I guess she couldn't feel and see exactly because the paper towel was there. She was trying to stop my bleeding because I had a cut and I still have a scar, and it's always been there. So she was trying to stop that from bleeding, because your mouth, when it bleeds, it's like a lot of blood, even though if it's something really small. And that's what was happening. So I couldn't really speak. I remember just bruising all over the place and everywhere. And the person did get punished, and I believe it was an extreme way, but the person did get punished. And you know, everybody went home, and we had this conversation, this talk, and a friend of the family said she needs to go to the dentist. My mom said, okay, but we didn't have money then. But since my teeth were already since they were in, I guess my mom figured I don't need to go to the dentist. And so about 3 weeks, I remember I couldn't eat. I had to push on this side. I was eating a lot of soft food. And so after it settled, I could eat, and I remember thinking, my teeth don't look right. I thought they were supposed to shift and straighten up and fix, and I just remember they're out a lot more. These were out, pushed way out more, and I was just crying, looking at myself in the mirror, just crying. So I remember not talking a lot when I was younger, and shortly after that, not long after this accident, I was in class, and we decided, they taught us about stranger danger. They taught us about, like, all strangers are bad, don't go to them. And I had spent the night at a friend's house, and we were riding bikes. My friend invited me to spend the night, and it was a nice little area where you could only go like 10 miles an hour. So it wasn't even that, you know, bad with traffic, and everybody knew everybody. So we were riding our bikes, and we were supposed to cross the street. My friend just kept going, and I was thinking there's a car coming, and he stopped. And so I thought, okay, he's got the stop sign, I should go. And she's like, yes, you have the right of way. She was always teaching me, you know, this side means this way, go straight. You know, she was teaching me all these hand signals. And she says, we have the right of way. And I was like, okay. So I had kind of leaned off my bike because I couldn't just sit still and balance. So then I tried to pop myself up. So it took me a while. And then when I finally popped up and kind of pushed the pedal, I could hear the car going. And I was like, do I stop? And I was like, just no, go, you could beat it. And so I tried to catch the pedal again. When I looked at the man, he wasn't even looking. There was a lady at the corner doing her gardening, and I guess he knew her. And then I see the wife hit him, and then he looks, and I guess he gets scared, so then he pushes the gas. As he's pushing the gas, I go forward as well, and we both meet. I remember being flipped in the air. My bike went one way, I went up the other, and I thought I'm gonna land on my head, but I didn't. They said I did a full flip, but when I did this full flip, I landed chest first into the bike, the pedal, and then the rest of my mouth hit the bike, because how I landed was like that. I hit the bike so hard, bounced up, went back, and hit the bottom part of the bike. And yeah, so I remember blood coming out, my arm hurting, my leg hurting. I stood up but fell back down. I got off the bike, pushed myself off the bike, and I couldn't breathe. I remember, oh my gosh, I'm dying. I can't breathe, I'm hurting. So they're saying, calm down. My friend Karen runs to me and is crying. And so the man comes down and goes, come with me, come with me. And she's like, no, you're a stranger. So I was finally able to catch my breath, and I thought, oh my gosh, and I was finally able to like think and hear things. I remember I heard like a whoop, whoop the whole time. And I was able to hear her, and then I heard her say stranger. And I was thinking, then I flashed back to what the teacher had said and what a parent had said a while back to me explaining about stranger danger. And I was like, they're gonna kill me, you know? So then I tried scooting, and you hear pop, pop as I'm moving. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't move. I'm gonna die, I can't breathe. It's so painful. And so the guy tries to grab me, and I'm screaming and pushing at him. And there's a couple of people now coming and gathering around, and everybody's like, is there a doctor here? One lady goes, I'm calling my husband. He is in a medical assistant. And they're like, fine. And so I see all these people around me, and then I realized that 3 houses down, exactly from where I'm at, right across the street, 3 houses down, is my dad's best friend. And he told me he was going to be there, so after I was done playing with my friend Karen, to go over there, because he'll be there about 9 o'clock at night, till 9 o'clock at night. So I was thinking, my dad is there, my dad is there, I don't want these strangers to get me. So I was trying to crawl, I guess, but they're telling me not to move, to stop. Why is she going in the road? And it's like, because I remember I was trying to call to my dad, and I couldn't anymore. So then finally the medical guy comes, and he says my knee had swelled up really bad, so he put some wire braces there. And my arm also, I had a cut here that was bleeding. They believed it was my bone, but it popped back in. Or something, I can't even remember. I just remember it being a blur. And then the ambulance finally came, and I'm crying and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I thought I was gonna get in trouble because I ruined her bike, I ruined his car, and you know, my mom's gonna be mad at me because now she has to pay for all this stuff. And it was just so crazy. So we go to the ambulance, and my mom is there, and I remember I couldn't talk. I remember my jaw felt so tight, like, and it felt tight but loose at the same time. It felt like I could just, you know, do this, and my mouth would not be controlled. I could just control it this way, but then yet it felt so tight, like I couldn't talk or move. So they were doing CAT scans and x-rays, and they gave me some pretty strong medication, so I don't remember anything. I just do remember my mouth being wired, and a cast being on my left arm, a full cast from my thigh to my ankle on my left side, and a chest brace. Because back then, when you broke your ribs, they gave you this big old brace. They didn't do now. What they do is just wrap it with ace bandage. They put me a whole brace because my chest was so bruised from here to like down to my stomach was bright purple and green. And I was there for about overnight. I can't remember, it's so like fuzzy and foggy, but I remember that too, thinking, wow, my face was swollen. I couldn't really walk. So I go home and I look at myself in the mirror, and I look horrible. This side of my jaw is like so swollen and lifted. It's like that. And this side's kind of droopy. So I just remember feeling really hard on myself, and I ended up failing the 5th grade because I missed a lot of school because of this accident, because of physical therapy, because of all that stuff. I got real depressed because just looking at myself, I could see that all of this was already messed up, and it was just a hard time for 11-year-old. But as the swelling and years passed by, my teeth shifted into better place. It wasn't that bad. The swelling has gone down, you know, and my jaw finally set in the right position. But still, I always had this problem, you know, and always got bullied for it. And so then, yeah, but anyway, that is like a whole different story. And it's just people have different flaws. People have different things than you do. They might have a scar. Their eyebrows might be more arched. Their eyebrows might be more thin. They can have freckles, a mole in a certain area. They can be losing their hair, have, you know, a deformity, a messed up, something wrong with them, something not wrong with them. I hate to say something wrong with them. I hate to say something wrong with them because there is nothing wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with me. Yes, I have a little bit of flaws, but I will embrace my flaws. I was always insecure, and still today it's kind of a bit of insecurity. Sometimes I do notice that, oh, I'm around people and I kind of tend to cover my mouth or try not to talk, you know, and try not to show my teeth because of that. And around the people I do love and care about, I am talkative, I am out there, I am laughing, not covering my mouth. You would never believe I'm an insecure person or have a slight insecurity. But we all have insecurities. Being part of YouTube and on social media and Instagram and following so many people, I see so much hate and it's so hurtful. This girl had beautiful eye makeup. She took a picture on Instagram and everybody was worried about one piece of hair that was out of place in her eyebrow. I tell you, like out of 1,500 comments, 1,000 of them were about her freaking eyebrows. One little eyebrow hair. And that got me so mad because her eye makeup was flawless. It was amazing. Her eye was beautiful. Learn how to choose your words wisely. You don't know what the person is feeling inside about themselves, and that one thing you said could send them over the wall. And that it's just, when I first started this channel a while back, I had to delete a lot of comments because people were insulting my mouth, insulting my teeth, asking why am I in beauty if I have this scar. And then when I would announce my age, they'd be like, I'm too old to have a beauty channel. Then I would be honest, like, I'm not a makeup artist. I just got into makeup 3 years ago, and it was other people who just started out on YouTube. It was other people who were following these amazing makeup artists, these amazing people who were the ones insulting me, saying I shouldn't be on it. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I even bothering? That no one's really going to pay attention to me. I mean, these comments were bad. So I deleted them, and that's what I would do. Just delete them and just continue to make them, and then I stopped getting the comments. And every now and then I will, and it'll ask me to approve the comment, and of course I don't. But it's hard, and I've wanted to do this for such a long time. And when I started learning how to do makeup, I would get a lot of compliments, and people would ask me how I did certain things. So then I started practicing for about a good year. I would do nothing but watch these videos, and while I'm watching them, apply the makeup, try it this way. Then I figured, you know what, there are other people like me out there that I haven't found, that have barely got into makeup, who are learning as we go and aren't going to be as perfect as this. Because I would get frustrated, like, why doesn't my makeup look like Manny? Why doesn't this come off like Jackie Hill? And oh my gosh, Nikki is just so flawless. Why can't I get my foundation that way? And I felt like I can't do this. Look it, I'm not failing. And Nikki Tutorials gave me some very positive words. I had made a comment about me being my age and barely learning, and she goes, you're never too old to learn, and work it and get it, and I can't wait to see what, just real positive words that really hit with me and stayed with me, that really stayed with me. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go for it. And there was a lot of people that when I first kind of said I was going to get into it, like that girl Shay, she gave me encouraging words. And it's like, do they realize the words that they say, how much they're going to impact somebody? Do they realize that they helped me start this because they gave me the confidence to say, you know what, screw everybody else. If this is what I really want to do, then great. And my thing could be like, I'm a mom applying makeup like a regular person would learn how to apply makeup, and grow with me, learn with me. Let's do this adventure together, and I hope that's what people see when they see me, is like, okay, she's getting better, or oh wow, look, that's how she does it, and her makeup looks good, but she didn't do it that way. So anyway, I really went from one thing to another thing, but this stuff just is so important to me. And yeah, so I thank you all for taking your time out to listen to me. I know it was kind of long, but I know a lot of people are curious too, because I do mention it a lot, but I will try not to mention it at all. If anybody ever asks, you can say, well, she made a story a while back about it, and you can go to her video and watch that stuff. So I'm really going to try not to talk about this. I've explained it, I've said it, and from now on, if you don't like it, don't look. If you don't like the way my teeth are, the way I apply makeup, then there's a lot of other people you could watch. Don't watch me, you know, but if you do, then let's grow together, you know, let's have fun together. Let's share videos. Let's just put ourselves out there and let's continue to do this and have fun while we do it, because that's so important. Let's just have fun and do something we like and encourage each other. I keep on rambling and going on, but thank you all so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and give a thumbs up. That helps us newbies a lot. That helps us a lot. And anyway, thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye.